I know you want it. I know you need it. Miami breakdown position by position for 2019. Next on the Voice of College Football. Dennis Wilson, thank you so much for the contribution, as well as JT Sounds. We've got a question coming in. This might be the last one of the night from 863 Kane. Rooster, Jaylan Knighton, could he still be a take even with Chaney locked in?
Oh, Miami wants 2 running backs in this class, so we're not going to turn away a guy of Jaylan Knighton's ability. And again, we've been looking forward to running backs in this class. Now, one of the other options, Henry Parrish from Miami Columbus, committed to Pittsburgh a while back, but he was pretty open about wanting a Miami to really like push for him, and we did not, because we're pushing or trying to push for Knighton. But yeah, no, the paradigm in this class has always been for 2, especially since we did not bring one in last year's class, and the transfer that Miami got to cover for not getting a high school recruit in last year's class, Asa Martin, is not allegedly, he's reportedly in the transfer portal to transfer elsewhere, because you got a 5-star coming behind you, and then you got a 5-star in front of you, and then, a 4-star in Cam Harris, who's, pushing to be the starter. So you got all these 4 or 5-star guys around you, and where are you going to fit in? So, Miami did not bring in a running back in the 2019 recruiting or transfer classes. So, yeah, the thought was always to bring in 2. So Jaylan Knighton is a guy who we would take, tomorrow if you wanted in. The bad thing about it is that he wants to go to Mark's favorite school, Ohio State, which does not bode well for Miami. Plus the fact Miami doesn't really, or has not done well recruiting top guys from Deerfield Beach High School, which is a place that I used to work. But, that's a footnote. But Xavier Restrepo goes to, or transferred to, Deerfield Beach, but he's not a Deerfield Beach kid. He's an Aquinas kid. Like, he was at Aquinas for 3 years before he transferred over. So that's what that is. Top end kids from Deerfield Beach. It has been a struggle to get them to go to Miami, and I think that it's going to continue because Jaylan Knighton is going to go to Columbus, which sucks, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not going to comment. I had a lot of things going through my mind. I was going to be gracious, then I was going to be arrogant. I was going to be gracious. I was going to be arrogant. I'll be nothing.
I mean, facts are facts. Like, I mean, regardless, in spite of us pushing, like, he wants to go there. And it's funny because everybody thought, or some people thought, or Florida State people thought, that Florida State was at the top of his recruitment, and then everybody else was behind. And then there was a thing that one of their journalists put up today that said, so Ohio State has vaulted to the top for Jaylan Knighton, and everybody wants to say that Florida State's number 2, but you're in the right state, wrong school. The biggest threat to Ohio State for Jaylan Knighton is Miami, not Florida State. They're not even like on the radar, which is kind of bursting Florida State fans' bubbles, because like they're like, no, he's going to come here. We got Jaylan Knighton locked in, and it's not even close. And look, I get it. Like, we've been there. Miami, was in that same position with Matthew Thomas, the 5-star linebacker, years ago. We're like, oh yeah, it's between us and, Florida State maybe. And he was like, no, he went to Florida State, and number 2 was USC, and number 3 was somebody else, and number 4 was Miami. And we're like, wait, what? So like, I get it. And I mean, it's funny to me because like, whatever, but yeah, Jaylan Knighton, he's to get back to the original question, he's the guy that Miami would take at any time that he wanted in between now and the first game of 2020. Come on down.
184 on the line, and this is the standard each and every week where we have the most people on the line when we were wrapping up the show. So again, what you do is you rewind, you wait for it to post, you watch the whole video, and I know you can't take part in the live chat, but that just means this is consistent. We're not jumping all over the map in regards to our hit time every week. It's 8 o'clock Eastern time every Wednesday night with Cam Underwood from State of the U talking Miami. So it's 8 o'clock. Lock it in so you can get here right at the beginning. Cam, what you got going there at State of the U?
Still got a bunch of great stuff going on for you guys. Ranking the roster. We got our game preview, so we're like halfway through the season almost already. We got Friday Film Room. We got What If Wednesdays. Had a great couple of questions today. What if Butch Davis would not have left Miami after the 2000 season? And also, which was the best Miami Hurricanes team that did not win a national championship. So like 86, 88, 2000, 02. So we have all that. We got player profiles. We have Kane sports recaps where we're looking at all the different sports, what they did in the 2018-19 academic year in their respective sports seasons. We're probably going to have some interviews and some other things as well coming up. I think I saw that in editorial. So a wide-ranging variety of content. Also, we're still doing the new contributors, Why I Became a Hurricane series. I know that was an SB Nation-wide push 2 years ago, but Marshall Thomas, one of our top producers, he wanted to bring that back so he could tell his story, and then the new crew could tell theirs as well. So we had John Michaels, who's a radio talent out of Atlanta, who's also been just started contributing for us. He told his story today. So there's all that and much, much more. The 100 plays, the 100 greatest plays countdown is still there. The recruiting rules is still there at the top. And then all kinds of different things. I think I wrote about the over-under for the Canes for this year on the front of the website. So that's up there as well. So yeah, just tons and tons and tons of great content. Always there, always free. So go on over to, if you're on Twitter, my personal account is at Underwood Sports. The website's account is at The State of the U, which myself and Marshall Thomas manage. On Facebook.com/The State of the U, and the website is stateoftheu.com. In any and all of those places, please come fan with us.
All right, Terp 305, we can ask your question next week. A lot of other questions coming down. And again, we've got the most people on the line wrapping up the show. Thank you so much for joining us for Miami Hurricanes Live. And of course, most of our thanks goes to Cam for taking the hour out of his week to provide the insight and the information. Cam.